So we're actually going to talk about Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami, Yakuza Kiwami 2, and also we're going to talk about the director's cut since of course got announced, the trailers got released, and you know that on top of that, the actual voice actors for the English dub have of course got released. And not gonna lie though, I thought they were shit. I thought they were initially shit because I thought the British dub, like any other dub that is supposed to be for a Japanese game, is of course going to be dog shit. But they actually went through and critically actually picked out the most similar types of voices for the characters. And not gonna lie though, I had to support it for a £40 game, which is pretty much the cheapest game that you can get for the Nintendo Switch 2, which will be its own podcast episode on. So, for basically Yakuza 0 director's cut, should you in fact get it? In my opinion, I don't think you should actually get it at all. Instead, but you should actually get the Yakuza 0 normal for a lot more cheaper, because of course this is gonna in fact replace the Yakuza 0 with the Yakuza 0 director's cut. So, what does this mean? This means that the Yakuza 0 would in fact get a price hike, and aka a price increase, just because it already has two new things. A director's cut, which is actually not even a director's cut, it's just mostly added cutscenes, and a red light raid, which is pretty much a new multiplayer mode where you can actually play with others that you would need a Nintendo Online account just to fucking access. So, you pretty much, overall, if you don't want to spend money, you have nothing. If you decide to spend around 500, 600 on the games that you want to buy, and yet you're too broke in order to get the actual fucking Nintendo Online subscription, you basically get Yakuza 0 but with extra cutscenes, which will eventually get modded over to the original Yakuza games. Like, it feels absolutely ridiculous because we all know that with the dubs, right, that the better dub would always have like a mod where it will be transferred over to the other dubs, like for example the PC dubs from aka the console dubs. So basically it's mostly because, like, I don't even know, like I feel as if like game companies have like an opinion on basically that the PCs are literally so inferior compared to like the Xboxes and the PlayStations and the fucking Nintendo Switch, even though they can literally be powerful than three fucking combined. And not that much, but it's really easy not to fucking upgrade. Unless if you want to upgrade to a DDR6 RAM kit, then in case you need a new motherboard. But overall, it's very easy just to upgrade. But like, it's mostly the software side. That's what's the main advantage of it. For buying a new console, it's just buying a new console. Simple as. You don't need to deal with it until you need to buy a new console, because the console that you currently have is underpowered with performance issues. So they mostly do this so that the PC dub can actually be the much more better dub and much more preferred dub, since of course it has everything that the people can actually access and easily mod. So let's just get right into it. So for Yakuza 0, I would actually recommend the Yakuza 0 Legend style fix mod, just to fix the Legend style. Also for the Legend Remix 0, on top of this I will actually go for the high res character texture pack, and then with that, with the Yakuza 0 HT project, just so that you can actually get yourself some enhanced visuals with the Dragon Engine V-Shade, where it will actually increase the graphics also. But for this game in particular, you don't really need to mod it unless if you want to. But to be honest, like, I feel as if like it's still a pretty good game without the mods. Kiwami, which I believe in my opinion does in fact require a mod, that is aka the Yakuza Kiwami licensed music restoration patch, where basically it would actually in fact bring back all the music that has been pretty much removed from the original Kiwami, because, well, let's just say that they have licensing issues and decide to just remove the music as soon as they run out of the licensing, just so that they can keep the game on sale. But this is mostly where the controversy started. If you have to go over to Kiwami 2, where it's kind of absolutely shit, because why the fuck do they actually need to remove the fucking mod? Like, what, not mod, what did they have to in fact with the music, mostly the licensed music restoration? because right for Yakuza Kiwami 2, right, there was in fact music which is Silent Night, which is pretty much in the public library, which is in fact removed from the game because of licensing issues. I feel as if it's absolutely fucking ridiculous how that this fucking game is literally like, it's never that, I don't even know how fucking old it is, but yet somehow the fucking Ruji fucking, I don't even know how to say the name to begin with, thinks it was a best idea in order to move that song and replace it with some jazzy ass music, which doesn't even fit the fucking theme to begin with. Like, it's kind of like as if they were in a rush just so that they don't get eventually sued by the music industry. Oh yeah, that's a problem, music industries, which I will find in the old podcast episode on, because I have a lot to complain about. So basically, right, I would literally recommend getting all of these, but one more for Yakuza 3. Yakuza 3, in my opinion, has pretty much one of the best mods, which is pretty much the bite of the Mad Dog, where basically, right, it places Kiryu with Goro Majima, with all of his movesets and all of his unique movesets within the game with it. So basically, right, you pretty much play as Goro Majima in the fucking game. But for the most part, I would actually recommend the Yakuza 3 licensed music video and uncensored restoration patch, because they decided to fucking censor it for some reason. Quick step restoration because they have to for FPS reasons. This will in fact give you the full quick step, and on top of this, it will give you some missing high resolution character texture fix, just so they can actually fix your old characters so that they don't look absolute dog shit. And also be prepared to switch from Kiwami to Yakuza 3, because trust me, it's like as if you play Yakuza 0 on a much more lower quality standard than usual. Like, it feels absolute like dog shit for some reason. And the high resolution management jacket I will actually get, if I can even get it. Like, personally, if I have fucking getting an issue where it wouldn't even fucking download to my PC for some reason, like, it just doesn't want to fucking download, like, it just doesn't want to do it. But mostly, right, overall, I feel as if, like, you want to keep the classical, like, PS2, PS3 look, then just have no mods. But have the Yakuza 3 licensed music video uncensored restoration patch if you want to just simply have the full game to yourself instead of having something to cut out for some reason. But, and also the quick step restoration, just so that it's being fully with the normal game. But if you want to make it look a little bit better, just get the high resolution character texture fix and the and of course the high resolution management jacket. Basically everything you actually mostly need in order to simply play this game at a much higher standard. So you may go like, why the fuck did they actually decide to remove music from all these Yakuza games and yet there's mods in order to bring them back? Number one, let's actually start out. Basically, right, the console editions of the games have basically the CDs itself actually store the old data before they actually get removed from the PC port. So eventually, which is my opinion, basically Ruji Coke or whatever, right, basically had this DMCA takedown for the Steam version, just so that if they remove certain music from the game, they'll actually get to keep it up. So they in fact moved some of this music within the update just so that they can keep it on sale. But the CD disc version, right, still has the old content, so people knew which was removed and which wasn't. So they got to the CD version of it, extracted the ROM files, extracted that said ROM files to get into the actual datas, and then simply got all the data that was simply removed from the PC port and bagged that shit over for all the games. But as if we don't get it, why the fuck they had to do that in the first place? It's mostly just pathetic, really, but it's mostly because they still want to make money on top of this game, especially for the actual public library song Silent Night, which in fact pretty much fit the ending of it. I mean, if like all the endings fit perfectly good within their own respective games. Like Yakuza 0 ends up like a sad note where Goro had to let go of his love, which is actually not that bad. And mostly with Yakuza Kiwami, which in my opinion I don't remember much about, like, but I remember more about Kiwami 2, which is of course another tragic ending where which is Omni Alliance, I think Gundam, yeah, Gundam. So basically where Gunda actually dies. And not gonna lie though, in my opinion, Gunda is actually one of the best villains known to man. Because right, he's not only have moral standards, but he ain't like Nishiki with okay, I still remember some of the Kiwami, right, where Nishiki, right, is pretty much like a villain, which is based on an inferiority, where basically right, you're look to a villain because simply people think he was inferior, people think he was weak and absolutely dog shit. If his own family thinks he was dog shit. So when he in fact died because he realized, oh shit, I fucked up in the way, might as well kill myself, the new patriarch of the Nishiki family basically carried on from where he turned into a villain. So basically, right, and the new patriarch thought that, oh right, I knew Nishiki when he was born, even though he fucking knew Nishiki when he turned into a fucking villain. Like, that for fuck's sake, how dumb are you? Like, I still got this guy knew before he knew it since he was a fucking child. But no, he fucking like knew him by the time he turned into a fucking villain. You know how ironic is that? That is super fucking ironic coming out of fucking him. And like, he goes like, oh right, I don't have anything against you, but just that I hate you because Nishiki hates you. Fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely goddamn ridiculous. They're like, this is of course Gunda, which actually in fact respects Kiryu. Like, he only wanted one thing in his life, that was simply to become the dragon himself by beating the current dragon that was Kiryu. He managed to not beat him, and then Bosi dies after his sister, basically, he just found out at the end that his fucking sister was, yeah, he had a sister, like, he never knew that beforehand. And then his sister decided to make out with fucking Kiryu next to his dead body. Now what the fuck, dude? That fucking, I don't know good about, but if your own enemy, bro, is making out with your own sister, they'll be mad, you know, they'll be fucking mad. They'll be absolutely diabolical. Like, I'll be fucking raging, bro, in the afterlife. Like, I'll be raging so hard because you wouldn't take that amount of respect when they're making out with your own family member on your dead body before they blew up. Like, I would fight with him in the afterlife. Like, speaking about afterlife, like, I forgot his name, bro, because I've been raging. Fucking Kazuma, right, comes out the fucking dead after fucking getting shot at by Shimano. Shimano fucking shoots his ass. God, like, shut the fuck up. And then like comes out of the fucking death for some reason. Shot him. Fucking shot. Actually not shot him. Fucking blew him up like some Afghani terrorist that he is. Like, and then like you get shot. And then he somehow managed to survive that. But for some reason, right, it doesn't really explain that much. Like, it doesn't really give us like a hint. Like, it just comes out of nowhere. Like, oh my god, he's alive. He's alive apparently. Just bring it back. Like, we all thought he died. Just bring it back. Like I thought it didn't really make sense initially because, of course, like he fucking died back in I think Kiwami, or the yeah, I think he died back in like Kiwami and basically right, all like Yakuza 0 is either which I don't think it was Yakuza 0 because Yakuza 0 was based on a different one. It was the oh but yeah, it was Yakuza 0. It was, I remember it was Yakuza 0 because he died around the boat area. Yeah, it was Yakuza 0. And then like he just fucking like, so he didn't even hit it. Like he just mostly just died. That's it. And then he had his funeral. And then got like, oh my god, he died. That's it. Until we just got to Yakuza 2, we just see him fucking resurrect from the dead. Like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck were you cooking, man? Just bringing people from the dead. If you want to bring another person from the dead, bring Shimano from the dead. Like, he was a good character. Actually, bring Gunda from the dead, right? Because Gunda, right, like, personally, right, he deserves his own respect. Like, he lived a life where he could have, like, he had mostly no choice because, of course, he had Jake Blood, Mafia blood in him. Because, of course, he survived that. Like, he was one of the survivors, so of course he was gonna die either way. But still though, it feels as though like Gunda wasn't really mentioned in Yakuza 3, apart from like certain aspects where like if they mentioned about the explosion. But Overall, it doesn't really mention him that much. I don't think he mentioned him in the funeral either. But I feel as if like Gunner does him his own respect as being, in fact, one of their best villains. But the other best villain is Turner, where basically, right, he basically ran the fucking Kiwami 2 game like as if it was a fucking script. Like he got stage left, stage right, fucking this is the type of shit you see in fucking Macbeth if he didn't go fucking insane. This is how shit you actually that Shakespeare would be actually cooking. Like Jackson games are literally just the definition of Shakespeare, but if he was alive in the modern era. It was absolutely cooking, especially with the psychology back in the Yakuza Kiwami games. Like, overall, I feel as if like he would have done absolutely great in the modern era if he was still alive. But then like if he was still alive, he'd probably be 200 fucking years old and would be barely fucking moving. Like he'd be looking like a fucking skeleton and anything else. Like and the other thing. So yeah, mostly like I wouldn't really recommend to actually get the Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. I wouldn't recommend to if I get a Nintendo Switch 2. So mostly like overall would be a waste of money. Yes, like I understand why Gotoku actually decided to actually make this. It was mostly just so they could make extra money on top of the Nintendo Switch 2. And maybe they thought right that, oh right, they're not gonna make that much money off it. Like nobody's gonna buy Nintendo Switch 2, so let's just make a couple moolah on it. Like I kind of respect that, not gonna lie, coming from that company, because I could actually see the thinking process. Like, oh right, Nintendo Switch 2 is going to release. We don't know how it's gonna be made at all, but just release a game. You know, release a game on this new platform. If we make some money, we make some money. Like we put that inside our new games. Because like mostly right, nobody's gonna get it. Like nobody's gonna buy Nintendo Switch 2. Because yeah, but I'm mostly trying not to spoil it. But you can see there's hints throughout this podcast episode where I'm hating on it. I'm absolutely fucking hating on this shit because it's not because it's not like it's just not really that good. So yeah, I'm just gonna end it right here, right now, because I explained what I need to explain. Of course, the more as I'm trying to get deeper inside the Yakuza franchise, of course, gonna be like a part 2 and a part 3 on top of it, with of course more mods, recommendations that I could give to you guys. So yeah, safe.